Hello everyone and welcome back to our King Alfred the Great playthrough, where in the last episode we got a claim from the Pope for the petty kingdom of Mercia, and then we pressed that claim, and as you can see we managed to do pretty well in that war, and we have expanded up into Mercia, giving us a large chunk of England, probably over half of England now, which is absolutely awesome. But that war, even though it should have been ridiculously straightforward, as the Queen of Mercia only had a few hundred men, was made longer and grueling and more effort thanks to the fact that we had a huge peasant revolt kick off around our capital of Wessex with about 3,500 men, which is by far the biggest peasant revolt that I've had on this game so far. Most of the ones I've had so far have only been a couple of hundred men each, so although it was pretty easy to take down, it was just something that we could really have done without while attacking Mercia. But there was something much worse that happened after that, and that was that Jorvik invaded us to try and take the lands of Essex. And as we were concentrating on Mercia and the peasant revolt, they've managed to rack up an 84% war score, which is absolutely, well, that's abysmal, isn't it? I am quietly confident though. I think we can turn this around. I think we can do it. I may regret those words, I may eat them by the end of this video, but we do have our alliance with Gwynedd and Prince Rodri the Great, a fellow greatman, a fellow great king, or prince as he calls himself, and we've also got an alliance with the King of Alba as well, who have pushed out Ivor the Boneless, I've noticed, which is pretty cool. They're doing well there, and they own Dublin as well, which is interesting. So we've managed to get the Scots and the Welsh to join forces with the Anglo-Saxons, or the English. So altogether, hopefully we can work together to cleanse the Isles of the Vikings. We could get an alliance with some of the Irish as well. I have looked around for a good match for our nephew, and I couldn't find anything from any of the strong kingdoms over the channel. But we can form an alliance with this Irish chieftain by marrying his daughter to our nephew. So even though it's not the best, we will do that. We can get the Irish involved. Why not? We've got the Welsh and the Scots involved. Why not get the Irish involved as well? Let's go for all the Celtic people to help us out. There was almost one that we could get with Brittany, which would have been a little bit better, but unfortunately we didn't have just enough opinion to be able to get him to accept that, which is a shame. Other issues to sort out. There's not much. We can now create the Kingdom of England. We just need a hell of a lot of gold to do it, 500, which in peacetime I don't think will take us long to gain, hopefully. We've got low control county in white, which I already know. We've already got our marshal down here trying to sort that out in the Isle of Wight. We can declare wars. We can call our ally Prince Louis to the war. This is the son and heir of King Charles the Bold of West Francia. So we're just waiting basically for his father to die so that we can then get West Francia as a massive ally, which would really help us out. And I don't think there was much else than that. Was there? We can imprison some criminals, and there's some people who expect council positions. We'll get rid of all of those for now. Okay, who are you that it wants us to improve your opinion of us? Are you one of our... It's our vassal. Ah, yes, it probably would be a good idea to try and sway you then, wouldn't it? Start scheme to sway her. Yes. The interaction is no longer valid to send. Well, that's a shame. Never mind. But yes, we are here with our army. We've got our siege leading this army, where we're trying to win this before they win the siege for Derby, because that would no doubt give them a 100% war score. But we're going to try and lift these sieges, keep our men together, and try and take a good position. Once we get some of this war score back, maybe take a pretty good defensive position. Hopefully the Welsh army will stay with us, and we can then try and push back the Jorvik forces, who I've noticed most of his army is made up of mercenaries. So hopefully we can... Well, hopefully that may work in our favour. And we have got the Alba forces who are retreating after being sandwiched between these Jorvik armies on their way south. Right, so let's unpause and finally crack on. Actually, first, if we go on to mercenaries, I think we have enough money to hire some. We already have the Band of the Horn, but we can afford to buy the Marchers of Wisconia, so we're going to do that, giving us an extra 769 troops, which is useful. Let's, why will it not let me? There we go. Let's merge these together. Let's get a commander, a decent commander in charge of these. Who have we got? He's reckless. What do you have? You have a Reaver. Raid speed plus... Well, we don't want a Raider, do we? And we're not actually leading an army ourselves, so we'll lead this, and that'll allow us to move a little bit quicker, and we'll get that army up to Middle Essex, get it up to London, and try and lift the siege there. And we've got 2 men here. Let's just let them 2 men go where they were going anyway. Right, so we need to win this siege quickly. Greetings, Petty King Alfred of Wessex. I gladly accept your betrothal position. Your nephew Oswald will be betrothed to my daughter Lan. Perfect. That's good. We can offer to join your war. Can we not get you to join our war? That would be nice, but no, never mind. How are we doing in this siege? 12%. And they're at 21. All 30. 41. And 30 also. We're losing slightly, but we do have our siege master there, so hopefully that can speed things up a little bit. Because if they win that siege before us, that could be very bad. Hearsay. Mandines in Aquitaine. Duke Ramnulf of Aquitaine has announced to the world that he and his vassals have converted to Mandeism. Having become delusioned with the teachings of the Catholic priest, the nobles of Aquitaine no longer consider the clergy to be the righteous and true. They believe their new faith properly aligns... what am I talking about? Their new faith properly aligns with the will of the First Light, and they are distancing themselves from their former religious institutions. What twisted mockery of our faith is this? Yes, we'll stick with that. The Pope's been good to us. He's lent us gold. Ruler embraces hearsay, Duke Hugo. But yeah, they've lent us gold. They've given us claims. We will... Yeah, we'll stay loyal to the faith. Wow, we've got 3,000 men here now with more Welshmen on the way. How are they doing? They're at 83%. We're at 107, so we have overtook them, which is good. That's good. That's down to our siege leader. Derby is under siege. Well, I know that. We've been keeping an eye on that. Let's merge these men together here. And we've got all our men here. Yeah, that's fine. We will swap around our siege leader afterwards, and we'll try and get the earldom of, well, the barony of Colin Siesta, which I'm guessing is Colchester. Colchester is down here, isn't it, in Essex? So, oh god, what is that at now? With glee, I took Ethelred out playing with a bow, and to my surprise, he ran into a wounded doe. When he showed me the animal, its wounds were evidence of a slow and torturous death. Ethelred just smiled. It is just an animal. He keeps the trait sadistic. To show me that you could have felled the animal yourself. Gain a bit of stress. He gets the trait ambitious. Alfred would want his son to have that trait, so we'll go with that. Even though it is going to give us a little bit of stress. What are we at now? 152. 100. How has he overtaken us now? That's annoying. Because if they win that siege, that's going to probably win them the war, or put them very, very close. Hopefully it doesn't put them on 100%, because that would be such a shame, because we're so close. We have still got our... No, why is that swapped out? Why is our siege leader... That is annoying. That's why they've overtaken us. Our siege leader has decided to no longer be in charge of that army. So 184, 210. Maybe he can still overtake. Maybe we can still overtake them. Just got to hope. Okay, and here comes the Alba army. Hopefully they'll march past the Jorvik army and join their forces to ours. Please don't give them 100% for that siege. Please, 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 please. Rumour and speculation. My wife, Petty Queen Ethelweth, gets to hear many things during her comings and goings at court. Lately she has heard some very interesting stories about what my guest Effa does in the shadows. This is very useful to know, Honeycomb. You learn Effa's deviant secret. We lose 10 stress, which is nice. That's good. Now put them up to 95%. Oh my god, that is so close. And now they've attacked the Alba armour, but hopefully these other Alba men are going to be able to come down from St. Johnson and add their men to ours. We do have a lot more manpower. If we actually go on the war, we have 6,800. They have 3,600. We have double the amount of manpower. It's just the bad start to the war that we got. But hopefully we can lift this siege now. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up and lift this siege. Perfect. Staffordshire is now back under our control. Let's march these men now onto Colchester then and lift the siege there. Let's put a different commander in charge quickly. Let's just go with you for now. And then this army that's in the siege, let's get our siege leader in charge of. And then we'll get Alfred back in charge of this army so that we can make it move a lot quicker to get into Colchester. That Alba army has managed to make its way through as well, which is an extra 1,400 men for us. It's managed to get us down to 85% as well on the war score. So, thank goodness for that. once we lift these 2 sieges, hopefully that will give us a decent chance. Our spouse patronage of theologians, you gain 250 piety. Awesome. And what can we do with that? You can ask your head of faith for gold. Oh, that's a lot of gold. We could hire more mercenaries. What's his opinion of us? His opinion of us, the Pope, is 46. We'll leave that option for now, but we do have that option. It could help us with forming England as well. So it's nice to have that as a backup option. And we have nearly lifted the siege of Middle Essex, of London, which is perfect. And then we can just lift the siege of Colchester. Petty Queen Ethelwith has gained the pregnant trait, which is great news. Another child on the way. Hopefully a son. I didn't think that we'd get any more children, if I'm honest, from her. Let's get someone else in charge of this for a minute. Earl Wolf here. And then can we get our siege leader back in charge of this? Alfred back in charge of this army, our main army. 34 prowess, awesome. And then can we... Do you know what? Yeah, we need to... Yeah, we've got our siege. That's fine. Lift the siege of that. And we could... That's actually Jorvik land there, isn't it? So let's march these men onto Ipswich, just so we can get some of their land under siege. Why not? Hopefully they'll come south towards us at some point. The rest of that Alba army has still got to come down to us as well at some point. Hopefully they'll get to us to give us a little bit more manpower. Perfect, we can now get Suffolk under siege. This looks like it's going to fall to us pretty quickly. We've only got 2 months left, which is awesome. Is that the London army? Yeah, the Earldom of Middle Essex and Buckingham are fighting each other. Could you not just lend me your manpower instead of fighting amongst yourselves, you freaking idiots? We declare war on Jarl Bagsek. Not really interested in that for now. We've got more pressing matters to pay attention to for now. So we can get Suffolk under siege, so that's perfect. Then we can march up into Lincolnshire. We could march up to York and try and get that under our control, which would help. Oswald seemed to enjoy our latest feast immensely. He got along quite well with everyone he spoke to, even the adult guests. It never hurts to make friends. He gets the Gregorius trait. Yes, perfect. I'm not even going to bother reading the ones that give us stress because I'm more than happy for him to get that. What is this army doing, marching back and forth? I hate when the II does this. It's so stupid. But at least this is going to fall any second now, which is perfect. Siege of Stafford lost, which gives them a bit more war score now, which is infuriating, but we're going to lift this siege any second now. Oh, and there's a Jorvik army. Oh no, Band of Kerns, it's an ally army. Wow, more Scots are coming to us. And they're now marching east to us. Bring it on, Jorvik, bring it on. I think we can take you. Right, we've got 1,500 men there. We've lifted all of these sieges. Where should we go with you? I want to keep you close by for now, so let's march here. Just until that army has one. Let's put someone else in charge of this for now. Just so we can do our usual trick to get our siege leader in charge of the siege. Little cheeky trick there. Let's... Where are you? No. Just want to change the commander of this, please. And there we go. Perfect. We can get our other forces together. Hopefully the Jorvik men will... Oh, they've got my hometown of Leicester under siege. No, Leicester shall not fall to the Vikings. And we've unlocked a martial life perk, which is perfect. This could help us out. Envelopment, men at arms, counter efficiency, plus 25%. Yes, let's go for that. We need the strategy perks more than anything right now. At least we've got a bit of leeway as well now, a bit of breathing space now that we're only at -18, so we haven't got to rush as much. We can take our time a little bit more now to wait for this other siege to be underway, and then we can bring all our forces up together to push the men out of our lands, lift our sieges, and then push on to York. Camp dispute. After my army set up camp, I hear a commotion coming from my knight's lodgings. Investigating the disturbance, I find Reeve Sighir and Earl Swefred in the middle of a heated argument with several onlookers edging them on. Deliver a speech about unity to the crowd. Yes, we will do that. Resolution. Perfect. I get up and deliver a speech about how we are all fighting for the petty kingdom of Wessex and how we must stand united against our foes. For if we don't, there are many outsiders who would take advantage of our internal squabbles to seize our lands and impose their rule on us. Looking abashed, Reeve Sighir and Earl Swedfred apologise and get ready to settle in for the night. We are stronger, we gain prestige, we gain martial lifestyle, and they get a better opinion of us, so It's an all-round win for us, really, isn't it? How long do we have left in this siege? 2 months remaining still. We could move these 3,000 on a little bit to Lincolnshire, but I don't really want... I want to keep our armies close to each other for now, just in case. I don't want to take any risks. It's in our favour now, and I don't want to waste it. We can be patient. We can still ask for gold if need be. I may use that, though, to form the Kingdom of England. Is this about to fall now? 35 days remaining. I'm just going to speed it up to 4 just to get that out of the way a little bit quicker. And once that's underway, we can get all of our men together and march on to the Viking army. Start lifting some siege. We could march in straight into their territory, actually, to get them to hopefully follow us. And we've had another daughter. Oh, I wanted a son, but okay. Oh, Ethelred, you have been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you. And now we have a perfect little daughter. Who will you become, my child, and what shall I call you? What are our other daughters already called? We have Edbert and Margaret. Osbert, after Ethelred's mum, we've already got after our mother. Osbert, we've not got one after our mother yet, have we? No, so we'll name her after our mother. Why not? And did she inherit anything special? She has also got the quick trait. Perfect, like our last daughter. And we've managed... Oh, sorry about that. We've managed to take a prisoner in our siege as well, which is perfect. Can we ransom her? And what can we get for her? Oh, no. Wrong thing. We can ransom her for 10 gold. Yeah, we may as well do that. Why not? Let's get a little bit more gold. We may be able to use that. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to use that. Right, now let's merge our armies together. Hopefully the Welsh... Oh, Leicester has fallen. Hopefully the Welsh and the Scots will follow. And then we can all join forces together to march north. Right, let's have a look at our army now. Let's merge together. And yes, we want Alfred commanding that. Let's march on to Lincolnshire. Hopefully they'll follow suit. We've ransomed her for 10 gold. And Warwickshire is under siege. That's fine. We're going to go straight now. Well, we're going to sway around and hope that they try and follow us. And maybe we can get a good crossing, a good advantage somewhere. Shall we just go for York? You know what? They've allowed us to just march past. Let's go straight for York. Or we are going to suffer a penalty. So no, we'll just go for Lincoln for now. That's fine. And perfect. The armies of Alba and Gwynedd are following suit just as we wanted, which is perfect. Let's station some besiegers there. And then march on to Nottingham. We're close enough. Oh, we can't march on to Nottingham. Okay. We are going to lose men by marching on to Nottingham. Let's march on. I don't want to go to Leicester. So that's going to be dangerous because that'll be too close to the Jorvik army. Let's just stay where we are for now. We are going to suffer a bit of attrition, but that's fine. At least we're in touching distance. Who have we got in charge of this army here? Let's put our siege leader in charge of that again. Hopefully making a quicker siege out of it. I don't know what these armies are doing. They're doing that weird AI march again, rather than just standing at least in the lands of Stamford. Perfect. The Gwynedd army is going to lift the siege of Derby, which is perfect. We should be able to get a lot of siege score here. We had a small battle victory. And mercenary mercenary company contract expiring. There's only 393 men left there. These have 19 months, 3 months. I don't want to extend it for the sake of 300 men. We can always get another one. And we've got a lot of manpower anyway now. They helped us get some war score back, which was the main reason we wanted them. So we should be okay. I'm going to speed things up to 4. Just to get these sieges... Actually, I'm going to speed things up to 5. Let's get these sieges out of the way. Lingering resentment. Ethelred has been harbouring a secret affection for Leohelm for some time. However, when he finally confessed his feelings, Leohelm responded harshly. Now Ethelred mutters whenever he passes by. Ah, childish vices, he gains vengeful. Perhaps love is not for Ethelred. He gains chaste. Ethelred shouldn't let anyone treat him like this. He gains the trait stubborn. We'll keep vengeful. We don't want to take on too much stress at present. And they're going to win their sieges before us, which is a little bit infuriating, but never mind. How long do we have left on this siege? Northampton has fallen, that's fine. We've got 2 months remaining. And then the fort of Nottingham, 5 months remaining. Wow. It's got a fortress, so it's going to take a little bit longer. And Warwick has fallen as well. And now they're marching north towards us, which is not good. Greetings, my charming liege. I've been hosting your Chancellor Earl of Wolf here for several weeks, and he has helped me truly see the splendour of the realm under your rule. I am nothing less than honoured to serve as your vassal. Beautiful. Plus 30% opinion. Are they going to march onto us? No, they're going to march around us. Oh, they've attacked the Welsh. Let's march westward and help. Do we need these extra manpower? Do we need them? Do we need to bring them over? We might do. We'll bring them over. Hopefully everyone will march westward with us. And we can win this battle. The Battle of Derby. Our knight, Reeve Edwig, was wounded by Illic. We should have more than enough manpower here when everybody arrives. If they arrive on time. It's taken a long time to get there. The Alba army is spamming back forth for no reason, as they sometimes do. Where's our army? Our army's meant to be here. Where have our men disappeared to? How did we... mercenary company disbanded. How did we lose that? I'm not really sure what happened there. We haven't got to retreat too far, though, which is fine. Only to Warwick. Oh, no, we're not. We've got to go all the way back to Winchester, haven't we? Oh, that's so infuriating because we could have easily won that battle, but for some reason our forces just didn't seem to show up. That made no sense whatsoever. We're going to have to ask the Faith for some gold. 185 gold, please. And then we can hire some more mercenaries, which we are now going to need. Greetings, Petty King Alfred of Wessex. I have considered your plight and decided to grant your request. Perfect. Right. We need to designate a guardian for Egbert, who is... a very good diplomat, it would seem. Have we got anyone with good diplomacy? Not really. You're very good in learning as well. Do we have anyone with good learning? Yes, we do. So we'll go with you. Perfect. Right, mercenaries. What have we got that we can... oh, we can actually raise some men. 14. So it's not worth it. What have we got, mercenaries? Is there a really powerful mercenary company that we can buy with a lot of manpower? Here, 1400 for 300. Yes, we will go with you. Gallo glasses. Perfect. That's a lot of manpower. Let's merge together. And let's march north. Okay, if we can get there and get to this battle in time, we could sway this in our favour. If it actually works this time. Perfect. 2,400 men. Perfect. We're the defender, but hopefully we can win this now. Finally managed to win a fight against the Men of Jorvik. Hopefully we get a lot of war score. My god, they've got such decent troops, and the Welsh are doing a thing where they spam back and forth again. What is wrong with the AI? Why would they not join in the battle? Victory. We only managed to slay 600 of theirs, and we lost 1,500. For God's sake, the Vikings are terrifying. Right. Let's lift some of these... oh, we can't do that one. Let's lift the siege in the barony of Warwick then. This is going to be such a drawn-out war. How old is Alfred now? 35. This war has taken forever, but we have managed to expand a lot, I suppose, so... we've got to get this under siege now. We've got 4,000 men here. Can we split in half? Yes. And then... with 1,000 of those, can we send you to the barony of Northampton, lift the siege there? At least we've managed to do some damage to Jorvik, finally. The Alba army has had to retreat, though, which is a shame. Well, what was left of it. Can we get our siege leader in control of this army? Looks like we're not going to be able to finish this war at all in this episode, but at least we've managed to get it back in our favour in this episode. So it's not all bad. We've just got to lift these sieges. We start lifting the sieges, and then we can push into the Jorvik territory at last. It's just going to take a while to lift both of these sieges. And was that the Alba army just coming down on ship, or... no, it was the Jorvik army. That's okay. We'll march over to them and deal with them again once we lift these sieges. Which shouldn't be too hard. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Perfect. There's one lifted. Let's march you onto the Earldom of Leicester and lift the siege there. Get some of this war score back in our favour. When we lift all these, actually, we'll actually have it we'll actually be winning again, which is nice. So let's forward things along a little bit quicker to get that siege out of the way. There we go, Northampton now belongs to us. It's now in our favour, which is perfect. Do you know what? Stuff them, actually. You take you take Essex for now. We're going to lift all of these sieges while you're concentrating on that. Mercenary contract expiring. We will let that run out because we don't have the gold, unfortunately. But we'll be able to lift these other sieges, which is fine. Whilst we wait, we'll do that. It's going to take a little while, unfortunately, but that's fine. Siege of Colchester lost, and a vassal has been taken prisoner, which is a shame. Wow, that puts them back in 83% favour, which is... ouch. That's because that's the land they're actually trying to take. But once we've lifted the siege here, we'll march onto them and try and take care of them. We can unlock a new marshal. Sappers, heavy infantry, siege progress +1/+1/+1. Perfect. That's going to help us out here. We need that now. We desperately need that now. We'll just go for this one more siege and then we'll march on to the Viking host. Leicestershire is back under our control and Staffordshire almost is as well, so we may as well finish that siege. And then we can join our armies together at least. Perfect. Get our host together and then march on to lift the siege of Essex. And the county's stuff has improved, so now let's send our councillor elsewhere to improve some more. Let's have a look. Where should we send you next? Let's send you to Dorset, so our old homeland, and that's pretty close to the top already, so that's not going to take too long, thankfully. We do have 4 issues. I don't want to declare war on anyone, and I don't care about my vassals' opinions for now. Let's merge these armies together. Alfred is leading. Let's march on to Essex and lift the siege. Ethelred comes of age. With the coming of age, my tuition of Ethelred is at an end. With sufficient tutelage, even a child that has displayed little natural inclination towards warfare, such as Ethelred, can come to truly understand it. He has shown great aptitude both in battle tactics and the management of armies. He will make a fine commander one day, I am sure. They grow up so fast. Let's see how he does. 12. Awesome. And he's a skilled tactician and an unyielding defender. Awesome. He's vengeful, trusting, and content. I thought he gained ambitious. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, they've marched away from that siege, so they are obviously scared of us coming towards them. My ward Oswald has come of age, and it is time he left my care. For the longest time, I was hoping that good tutelage would be enough to teach Oswald the intricacies of diplomacy. All efforts have come to naught, however. Few at court would be overly impressed by his grasp of etiquette, but at least he does know how to hold his own in polite company. Okay, he's not too bad. He's an adequate bargainer. 13 diplomacy, which isn't bad. Right, let's lift this siege, which will give us a lot of war score. Mercenary company disbanded, that's fine. And they're now completely fleeing out to sea, which is good. So we lift this siege, that's going to give us a hell of a lot of war score. Let's swap our commander out. Sorry, Alfred, but our siege leader will be a lot more of use here. So let's concentrate on that, and hopefully it won't take too long. We will. That's only going to take 2 months. Perfect. An unworthy challenge. At first I thought the simple footman a fool for stepping onto the training field. Although Harold seemed no threat at first, it quickly became clear that he would be unable to stop his wild, ferocious strikes from hurting me. Disarming him suddenly became a matter of life and death. I tried not to show my relief when his sword finally hit the ground. Let's have a look at him. There's nothing even special about him. This peasant and my soldiers will get a lecture on honour. We gain prestige and piety. Yeah, let's go for that. I could do with the prestige and piety, to be honest. Let's just get this siege out of the way. Get the war back in our favour. Leicestershire is now under siege. That's fine. We'll march over and sort the heathen army out soon anyway. To the vile petty king Alfred. We have been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. No more. We are done paying your taxes. Great. So now we're going to have another peasant uprising, which is not good. Not good at all. It's the last thing we need right now, but we're going to have to concentrate on the Jorvik men for now, I'm afraid. Betrothed can marry our son and his wife, who is the granddaughter of King Charles the Bold. Yes, send proposal. Let's get that marriage sorted. A contribution to the war chest. As I look in fear at my almost empty coffers, my herald announces that 4 of my vassals have arrived. We come bearing gold, my liege. Donations to defeat our enemies. Perfect. With me, I bring the amiable Earl Wolf here, the elegant Revelia World, and the amiable Earl Sig here. We only ask for you to lead us to victory. I welcome your generosity. Gold, you say? Seize all of it? No. Well, we can gain prestige by saying no. But no, we'll welcome the generosity, because that's a lot of gold that we could really use. Once this siege is lifted, that's going to give us a lot of war score, plus 43%, perfect. Now let's march on to Leicester and take care of Jorvik. The Jorvik army once and for all. We're going to have to do the peasants afterwards, which is fine. But we will end this episode here as it has dragged on quite a bit. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, I really do hope that you enjoyed. We're finally getting things back on track. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like and comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would love it if you did. It would really help me out and I'd really appreciate it. And also make sure you check out the Discord server if you didn't know that I've got one. I'd love you to come and join it and be part of the thriving and amazing community that we've got there. Thank you all once more for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all very soon for the next episode.